Alright folks, welcome to Premium Fuel Magazine. Super excited right now. I just got my Miles Phantom electric skateboard. I am actually the first customer of this board to post a review on YouTube. So there's a couple of videos on YouTube right now, these things. Those are the prototype boards. I'm the first guy that's actually bought one of these guys and putting the video out on YouTube. So there's already been a couple of reviews on this thing so far, range tests, all of that kind of thing. So I'm gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna test the biggest wheels that we can put on here. And then I'm gonna sneak a little bit of review in at the end of the video. So as you can see, it's here in a box, and we're gonna do a little bit of an unboxing for you. No, this is not a skate channel. Yes, I'm gonna keep posting skate videos. So I hope that the skate people can get along with the car people, and I can keep making good content for you guys. All right, boom, it's unboxed. So as you can see, you pretty much get the standard stuff, nothing special. And here you got your controller, which has a nice kind of a rubberized finish to it. Your standard charger, charging cords, charging cord for your remote, and the skate tool, which you basically get with any board that you buy. If anybody's wondering what that is in the background, I'm going to show you that to you in the next video. So don't worry about that for right now. But anyways, first impressions on this board. You know, just because of the proportions and the way it looks and everything, I couldn't really tell what the size of this thing was based on videos. But honestly, this is a pretty small board. It's about, I don't know, it's probably bigger than what it looks like on videos, but it's still a pretty small board. This is probably my smallest board. So just running my hand across here, one thing that you also don't notice is it actually has a concave going from side to side. So you've got your drop deck in the middle, but it also has a nice concave going on there, which is pretty cool. So since this video is going to be about wheels, let's talk about what's on it and what we're going to put on it. So it comes standard with these 97mm wheels. Obviously we've got the stone ground finish, which basically makes the wheels pre-broke in, which is supposed to be pretty nice for riding. You can order it with the optional 105mm cloud wheels, which are amazing, excellent wheels. Two of my boards actually have the cloud wheels on them. They're really great wheels. Everybody loves them. They get great reviews, and I understand why Rob wanted to put them on this board, but they're not the only thing out there, and I wanted to try something different. So I actually hit up Rob, and also cloud wheels are kind of expensive. So I hit up Rob and I was like, hey Rob, you know, what's the biggest set of wheels you can put on here? Because, you know, I was thinking about maybe trying out my 120 cloud wheels, and he says 105 is absolutely the largest that you can put on this board. And that's probably for a couple of reasons. So as you can see here, you've got these wheel arches. As you turn the board and the deck comes down, the wheel could come in contact with the deck, which is called wheel bite. That can mess you up. So you don't want any kind of wheel bite to happen. So yes, obviously that's going to limit your size. Out of the box, I think on these wheels, it's supposed to do something like 28 miles an hour. With the 105 cloud wheels, it's supposed to go 30-ish miles an hour, which means 30, maybe a little bit over 30. So what we're putting on is, since I couldn't find another set of 105s that I wanted to try out, we got a set of ABEC 11 107s. So these are slightly bigger than what's recommended. I'm hoping that I do not have wheel bite issues with this wheel. As you can see, it's a little bit taller. As long as it has the power to push these wheels, I should actually probably be able to get this thing up to like 32 miles an hour, which is stupid fast on one of these boards. So one other thing about the wheels, this is a direct drive motor. So it means you don't have any control over the gearing or anything like that. Larger wheels give you more top speed, but you can only go so large because your board only has so much power and torque. The larger wheels that you have, it may not have enough torque to take you to that speed. So you will hit a limit somewhere eventually. The other thing is the cloud wheels are not the most efficient wheels out there. They're a little bit squishy. The cloud wheels are just a really great compromise between like everything that you could want in a wheel, and it keeps everything pretty even and versatile across the board. These are a little bit harder wheels, so these may not be as good off-road, which we're going to test, but these are pretty hard and these should be pretty efficient. These wheels will give you the full 30 miles. I'm hoping that these will too. We're also not going to test that because, like I said, that's been tested, and it's also, you know, below freezing here, and the battery is going to be cold, and it's not going to be a fair test. There's no way I can get the full range out of this board right now if I tried to anyways. One more thing before we put this thing on the road, I just want to comment on the looks. This is a really, really cool looking board. I mean, looks for these things, I'm gonna keep saying it, looks for these things is probably 50% of what I buy off of. If the board doesn't look cool, I don't care what the performance is. And this thing is like the most sculpted board out there. As you can see, those wheel flares that you got on there, the body shape, you know, you got this awesome shape. To be 100% honest, I was thinking about selling this board because I kind of went nuts and bought like 4 other boards while I was waiting for this, which I don't even ride that much. But now this is definitely a board. I'm gonna keep this board. One other thing to note is I've been riding my Halo board, Halo 2 board, for like 2 years now, and I kind of explained where I was going with that in the last video. But I was looking for a replacement, and this is one of the first things that I saw. But it was on Indiegogo. There was no price on it, and no idea when it was going to come out, and I just kind of overlooked this thing. And by the time I had purchased a board and got a new board and everything, this thing was starting to come out, and I had to just go ahead and buy that. I do believe this comes out of the same factory as my Halo 2 board, which I think is a really great factory. I've taken these boards apart. My Halo 2 was the best put together board that I've had, and I'm seeing a lot of similarities to my Halo 2. So I think that factory is owned by the company called Rowdy. So Miles and Rowdy have been working together for a long time anyways. But anyways, the Halo 2 is a really solid board, and this is looking like really like a good evolution of the Halo 2 because it's made in the same facility. It is designed by Rob Rast. He did spec this board, and I know I'm going on and on about the board specs, which is not important right now, but this thing basically has the most advanced battery in the game right now. This is the first board to come out with this type of battery. It's actually using the battery cells that are in the Tesla, which is what gives this board so much power and range. So this essentially is a next gen board right here. This is like the cutting edge right here of like electric skateboard technology. So it's really, really exciting to have this. All right, so I just fired up the board for the first time. We've got 4 out of 5 bars. So that should be enough for me to try and hit top speed on this board. So anyways, let's go ahead and put this thing on the road. All right, guys, so right away, not the torquiest board in the world, but it's got decent acceleration. Like I said, you're not gonna be drag racing these things, but the brakes on this thing are insane. They're probably the strongest brakes that I have on any board. Very, very maneuverable, very carvy. I can turn around like in less than my entire street. Very sorry for this bad camera footage, but you know, I'm just trying to hurry up and get this video done. I do definitely see the ability to get speed wobbles on this board. I'll probably mess with the trucks a little bit and get it tightened up. But this is a very carvy board, especially for having you know, the regular single kingpin or reverse kingpin. Let's flip this thing over and take a look at it and see what type of trucks is on it. But it's not the dual kingpins that you normally see on boards that cause people to crash. I was going to attempt to do a top speed run here, but I'm actually a little bit scared to do that on my street just because this is a new board. I'm not 100% comfortable with it right now, which I'm just going to go off of what I've seen, and we're just going to call it 28 miles an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and switch these wheels out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and slap this thing on the charger right now, get it up to a full charge. It's probably going to take maybe 1 or 2 hours. And I'm going to go ahead and swap the wheels out, and then I'm going to put a little bit of time into riding this board, maybe tighten up the trucks, and we're going to take it out and test out the top speed and see what this thing can do on some 107s, as well as maybe do a little bit of off-road with it and see what happens. All right, so I'm in the middle of changing the wheels, and I wanted to show you guys something real quick. So basically, when it comes to longboard, electric longboard wheels, there's basically 2 standards. We're going to call them lug patterns since this is a car channel. You have your ABEC cores and you have your Kegel cores. So on the website, when you're buying these things, it says that this board is compatible with both, which is not untrue, but by it saying that, I assumed that there would be an adapter. I went through the box. There is no adapter for the Kegel core. So if you want to put Kegel wheels on there, make sure that you figure out what adapter to get. I don't know if he sells it on his website or where you have to get that from. But I bought the ABEC cores just to keep everything simple, and that's what we're going to rock with. So this board comes set up for ABEC. If you want to rock the Kegel wheels, figure it out. All right, guys, we got the new wheels on here, and it looks pretty crazy with these big giant steam rollers on here. Let's get a view of it from the side like that. So, not 100% sure if this is gonna work. I'll show you guys something. Stand on the board, check that out. This wheel bite, it's not good. I don't even know if it's safe to ride like that, but we're gonna still go ahead with the test and test this thing out, see how it does. Alright guys, it's super rainy here. It's 35 degrees, it sucks, but here in Maryland when it rains for like a week. So I don't really want to have to wait to make this video. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I don't like to ride my boards in the rain, but this board here does have a level of water tolerance that it can take. So there shouldn't be anything wrong with the board. I just prefer not to do that with my stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead, strap on my protective gear, and we're gonna go ahead and try to do a top speed test. I'm not gonna bother recalibrating the remote. We're gonna track our top speed with GPS, and we're gonna do a little bit of off-road. I don't know if there's any trails around here, but if there are, we'll try to find one and see what it can do. All right guys, you have no idea how much this sucks riding like this. All right, getting a little bit of speed wobbles. Like I said before, I have crashed one of these things. It hurts. It's the opposite of fun, and I don't want to crash. So, top speed wise, it's probably not going to happen today. Uh-oh. I did not want to drive the board through that deep puddle of water. But we'll explore this area a little bit and see what it looks like around here. Definitely not driving this thing through the mud. All right, slid out on me on just a little bit of dirt right there. As you can see how nasty the wheels are. I'm gonna put it up, guys, because I don't want to crash. That crap hurts, and it sucks out here right now. Man, really wish I could put together a better video for you guys. Oh man, this is disappointing. Alright guys, so after an extremely disappointing test ride because of weather conditions, I'm going to go ahead and give my thoughts and review of this board. Fortunately, I did get to take it for a quick spin right out of the box, as you saw a little bit earlier today. So I can kind of make my judgments based on that. So first of all, the 107mm wheels on the Miles Phantom is not a good match. This is not going to work. Simply because of the wheel bite issues. That's a safety issue. If you go to turn on these things and you don't have to turn very hard at all, you will get wheel bite. That could lock up one of your tires and that could cause you to crash. If you know, unless you're like Tony Hawk or a great rider or something, you know how to compensate for that stuff. It's just not good. So surprise, surprise, the guy that designed this board knew what he was talking about when he said nothing bigger than 105. So I don't know, I'm just kind of surprised it didn't work. So I will be taking these off. I'm not going to buy the 105mm cloud wheels just because I already have cloud wheels on other boards that I have. I've been there, I've done that. Want to look for something that's a little bit different, and I think the wheels that come with this board actually do suit it really well. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick with that. Second of all, the shape of the board, this double drop that it's got going on. You know, I never really, you know, looking at the pictures and stuff like that, I didn't really know how this shape was going to work out. It seemed kind of gimmicky to me. I think personally, please take this with a grain of salt, I would like to have seen an actual kicktail on this board, but all the rest of the Miles boards had kicktails on them, and I think he was going for something that was a little bit different, so I completely understand that. and the drop deck is not gimmicky. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it does help you to keep your feet nice and planted on the board. So I'm going to give that a good review as well. Looks wise, we already talked about that. This is an amazing looking board. It's definitely the most sculpted board out there with the wheel arches and the carbon fiber unibody. This is a really good looking board. As far as top speed goes, I'm gonna have to post that in an update video, just because, like I said, once it rains here, it basically rains all week. So it's gonna be at least a week before I can ride this board again. So I'll probably leave these wheels on it for the time being, just to kind of see what we can do with it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the original wheels back on there, and that's probably how I'm gonna keep it. Final thoughts, this is a really exciting new board. I really do like the ability to get behind a company that actually has a face behind it, where the products are designed by people who use the products and actually have a passion about them. I've been watching Rob's videos, Rob Rast, the guy that designed this board, and he's very enthusiastic about PEVs, which are personal electric vehicles, and skateboarding and e-boarding. And you know, guys like that make me really want to buy and consume their products. So I think this is really cool because of that. One of the things that that really attracted me to this board was its size. It is a little bit more of a compact board, but also probably number one is the range. This board is supposed to go about 30 miles and has been tested right up to about 29 miles. So this thing should be able to do the distance. At this point, I don't know if I want to do 30 miles on this board, but it's definitely cool knowing that I have a board that actually could do that. So, you know, after some riding and getting used to this thing, I'll probably have a lot of fun going 30 miles on this board. It's very maneuverable, which surprised me having the reverse kingpins on here. This thing is every bit as maneuverable as my double kingpin boards, if not more. So they did a really good job setting this board up, tuning the bushings and everything like that. So the team over at Miles, the folks that put this thing together, really gonna enjoy this board. And if you're thinking about picking one up, I absolutely give this board a thumbs up. So that's it for this review, and we'll catch you on the next one.